Welcome to Kanika's Corner. I am a counselor and a mother of 2 babies. Here is my little chap sleeping through the night again, and we're just waiting for him to get up. It's such a boon that he is sleeping and enjoying his sleep, because I got morning time with my older one, and I think more importantly I'm well rested to deal with all the challenging parts of her 2-year-old self. Wasn't as much of a concern with my first one, sleeping through the night, but with the second one, absolutely most necessary. Good morning. Definitely a bright and beautiful morning, folks. It's very difficult for newborns in that first few months to sleep. They're adjusting to so many things outside of the womb. So my experience has been, whatever works for you to put your baby to bed, just do that. It is at the 2-month mark that, we can start setting in some routines for the child and help them settle down and, become a little more independent with sleeping. It's absolutely possible as young as that. I've had very difficult experiences with my older one. Both her and us found it very difficult to get her to bed. But we've taken these learnings, applied it to the younger one, and had fantastic results. Feeding is such a natural way of, putting a newborn to sleep. And until Tapas was about 2.5-3 months old, that's exactly what I did. He would fall asleep during a feed. I would also have a little snooze, and things went on. But I wanted to, slowly progress to the level where he would be not needing a feed to sleep, because I did that with my daughter, and she needed a feed or a bottle to sleep till 15 months of age, which was difficult. So the idea was to learn from all of that. And one of the things I did was shift where his feed was happening. Instead of the feed happening just before he slept, all I did was shifted it before his bath. And then he would have his snooze and then sleep. For a little while, I continued to feed him to fall asleep for naps, but that has all now changed. We've now reached the stage where even if he's having a feed just before he falls asleep, we keep all the lights on, and once he's done with his feed and his burp, we put him back into the crib fully awake and he falls asleep. So initially, once we finished that newborn stage around the 2-month mark, what we started doing was walking around while patting and also humming a tune. 3 different aids that we're giving him to fall asleep, right? Walking, patting, and humming. So we decided to try and remove one at a time. So first we removed the humming. Then we said, okay, let's remove the walking. So we'd place him in the crib, pat him until he fell asleep. Then we removed the patting. And so by month 3.5, all we would do was from changing table to bed, place him on his stomach, and he would fall asleep. So progression of events is very important. Okay, we need to look at what we're doing and how we can move step by step, what we can remove as part of what we're already doing to move into a more sustainable routine that will save our minds, that will give the baby good sleep, and overall everyone is that much happier. The learning was to give the child as little intervention as possible. The sooner they learn to fall asleep by themselves means that they can go back to bed also when they get up in the middle. And babies wake up so often, they move around so much. So I think that learning of, allowing them to fall asleep by themselves has led us to having a good night's sleep. And of course, the addition of formula. Formula feeds have made life a lot easier as well. Like any mom, I would love to have fed my child, but he wasn't satisfied with what I could provide. And so I added formula to his diet. And what that resulted in is him being less hungry for a longer period of time and therefore able to sleep longer. There are times when he is able to now sleep, 8 to 10 hours at a stretch very comfortably, waking up only in the morning for a feed. So you can imagine how refreshed we all are and how much saner we are because of that. So we know that Tapas is getting sleepy when he either rubs his face like this or he becomes very serious. He has all of his cousins here and sister and he was playing with them. But as soon as he quietens down, that is our sign that he's ready for sleep. And it is usually very promptly at the 2-hour mark. Every child has, different times that they are awake for. Yes, there are standardized charts, but a child may or may not follow it. So the routine we found that Tapas has is that he will be awake for a period of 2 hours and very promptly, around 1 hour 45 minutes, he will start wanting to sleep. So all we do for nap time is put him into his diaper and we do this. We have a dry feel inside, then we have a cover, put him into it, close all the curtains and he's in bed. We place him down on his stomach because that's how he's most comfortable. We've been doing this since he was about 3.5 months, when he had already learned to lift his head up and move it from side to side, so there's no danger of suffocation. A major advantage of having Tapas in this routine of, falling asleep by himself is that absolutely everyone can put him to sleep. And that's been highly necessary as my right hand has had certain issues and I've had minor surgery on it. So a lot of other people have been involved in taking care of Tapas and he's comfortable with all of them. One major reason for me to go through professional sleep training, even though Tapas is sleeping well, is purely for the fact that it worked with her. And, having had the difficulties with sleeping that we had with her, I don't want to take any chances. And since we have the resources to go through sleep training by Osra, who did it with Gauri, my whole idea is that we just do it again because, when their sleep patterns change, I don't want us to have to struggle through it. It worked extremely well with her and we're going to do it with the younger one also. Well, we hope that some of these tips will help you get a good night's rest so that you as the parent are functional and the baby is bright and cheerful and, growing along as they should. Thank you for watching and please subscribe. Oh.